We all have seen what's happening in UK right now. Look at this massive crowd. Over 100,000 people have gathered in London, raising the slogans against anti-immigrations, led by Tommy Robinson. They're shouting slogans demanding immigrants to be sent back, claiming the system to be broken, and the politicians doesn't give an eye. But before jumping into any conclusions, let's look at the full picture. For now, let's park the debate of why the immigrants needs to leave country, but look at who really is Tommy Robinson. Is he trustworthy? Is it right for the people to follow him blindly into shouting slogans? Now, Tommy Robinson, also known as Stephen Yaxley Lennon, has been a controversial figure in UK since 2009. He founded the English Defence League, EDL, a far-right movement against what he called radical Islam. Later in 2015 to 16, he tried to launch Pegida UK, calling for banning on Muslim immigration and the burqa. But Tommy Robinson's record isn't spotless. He has many convictions, including threatening behavior, contempt of court, and spreading false claims about a Syrian refugee, for which he was sentenced to 18 months in the prison in 2024. He was banned in most of the social media until Elon Musk bought X, which was his platform or gateway to come back, giving him the stage to speak again under the banner of free speech. So, is he trustworthy? I'll leave that for you to decide. But what's clear is he seized the moment. This was the right time for him to bring up the anti-immigration slogans with the protest erupting across Asia and UK. Now, let's look at the facts of immigration. Out of 100% of immigrants, only 4 to 5% of illegal immigrants enter UK across boats, who are also called as asylum seekers. Now, the government of UK has so far spent £9 billion for their housing and their well-being. What about the rest of the 95% of legal immigrants who enter the country for various reasons such as education, for work and other reasons? These 95% bring in a total whopping amount of £6.5 billion a year and adds it to the revenue of UK. Did you ever think about it before raising the slogans to send the immigrants back? Now, I understand the frustration where £9.3 billion has been used for illegal immigrants who are sitting home enjoying their time, where you and me are working 24/7, earning money, paying tax to the government, which is being used for them. Now, let's look at the facts of immigration. Since Brexit, non-EU immigration has surged while EU immigration has dropped. But who are these immigrants? 95% are legal immigrants, mostly students or skilled workers and families. Only 4 to 5% are small boat crossing people that dominates the headlines. The majority of visas are student visas, followed by work visas, family visas, and others. Now, let's talk about the revenue and expenses on these immigrants. I know this is where the frustration builds. Stay with me and let me break it to you. Only in the year of 2024 and 25, the government of UK has spent £9.5 billion for the asylum seekers and their well-being and border crossing enforcement. Meaning, you and I are the people who are funding our taxes for these asylum seekers. Now, let's speak about the rest of the 95% of the immigrants. In 2020 to 2025, international students got £12 billion in the form of the tuition fee per year. Let me tell you again, 12 to 15 billion pounds a year for the tuition fee, and IHS over £1 billion and an approximate 400 to 500 million pounds as the visa expenses per year. Now tell me, do you want to push back these immigrants who are bringing the cash flow into the country, or do you want to say it has to be decided by you? You are the deciders. So, if we combine these numbers, it's a 14 to 15 billion pounds per year that is being generated by the immigrants itself. Now think about it. Are the immigrants bringing pressure to the government or the economy, or are they funding the economy? So what are these immigrants doing? If we look into the numbers, over 100,000 NHS nurses are immigrants. 17% of all NHS are foreign born. The UK still needs 152,000 social care workers, job many locals don't like to take. Without this immigration, public services would come under extreme pressure. The big question that's sparking the debate: what is the government of UK doing to strict the policies of border enforcement and the asylum seekers? Are they just going to let them in and feed on our taxes? That's for you to decide. But it's also you that needs to think about UK's economy and the healthcare that's heavily depends on migrants. If we send everyone back, there is a risk of collapse in the economy. So, what do you think? Do you think we should support... what do you think? Should we support Tommy Robinson, or take a moment, think for a minute, and look at the numbers and the contribution that immigrants has made to the government, to the economy of UK? Think about it and let me know your views below in the comments. Thank you.